Hi, this is Ichi, and let's talk about the assignment 2. And here's a brief presentation for my design, and we can go through some tests. So in this assignment, we are required to print a table of square values and cube values from for the numbers from 0 to 10. And as like here present, we need to have a table for that. So basically, in here is like my design for the whole stuff. So first of all, we are required to like calculate the square values and cube values from 0 to 10. So in this case, I will use a for loop for that because it's more easy, and more straightforward than a while loop. And then inside this for loop, I also have like two more helper functions for me to achieve the whole thing. The first thing is we need to calculate what is the square value and what is the cube value for a given number. And the second thing is after we get the square value and the cube value, we have to print those values to the terminal to be able to see that. So so this is like a general thing, but on the top of that, I have one more thing, which is I first ask a user to enter either default or test, because by requirement we are only just print the square values and cube values from 0 to 10. That's enough so that's like the default setup. But we can also test if our function works as expected. So I also have a test mode. So basically for test is input by the user, then the program will ask the user to input any number they like. And the program will giving you what is the square value and what is the cube value for that given number. So that's only for test purpose. Okay, so let's look at some examples here. So the program output here, first I will just write some headers, including my name, course, and date for that. And then I will ask user whether it wants to go default or test. So if the user enter default here, and we will giving the user the table that they want. We will print number from 0 to 10 and their corresponding square values and cube values. But we also want to create some tests to be able to see whether our function works for other numbers. So here, if the user input test at the very front, then the user can input any number they like. In this case, I ask the user to input, let's say 20, and then the program will return and print what is the square value for 20, which is 400, and what is the cube value for 20, which is 8,000. And also I have another test case here, which I will require user to input -1 here, and the program will return that, okay, the square value for that is 1 and cube value for that is -1. So that's all, and we can do like a quick live demo as well. So here is the whole thing, the whole code. As I mentioned, I have two functions to help me achieve everything, and we have a for loop inside the main function here to print what is the to iterate from 0 to 10. So let's see how it works. So okay, so when we try to run the program, it will first print out some headers and ask the user to enter either default or test. Let's try default first. Okay, so if I input default, then all the values from 0 to 10 will be provided from the program. And let's run it again. So see if the user input test, then you can enter any number you like. So for example, we can enter even 100 here, and then the program will tell you, oh, the square number for 100 is 10,000, and the cube number is 1,000,000 here. So that will be all. Thank you.